We just saw Borderlands, and let's talk about the gist. I'll give my gist as someone who has never played the video games, and I had very little context going into it. It was not as bad as people are making it out to be. I've seen way worse films, way less entertaining films. I thought overall it was a fluff action movie. Kate Blanchett is extraordinary. She steals the show. Everyone else is pretty... I thought the little girl was pretty great, and Jack Black's always great. I thought for me, having no concept of the franchise or the video game, I was able to follow it and easily be entertained. But it's not the best by any means. But I just kept focusing on Kate Blanchett's performance because she was so good. What do you think, James?
I'm familiar with the video games. I probably have like at least 50 hours, maybe even 100 hours played on Borderlands 2. I never played the first one, and the third one is sitting in my game collection at home. But I would like to play it still.
Why did you play the second one, but you never played the first one? Did you just hear good things?
I've never been like I got to play first-person shooters. I'm not really drawn to those, but so the first one never really attracted me. But something about the second one. That happens a lot in video games. Sequels tend to do a bit better because they can kind of improve upon all the things that didn't work in the first ones. So generally the gameplay is better. So Borderlands 2 was arguably much better. So anyways, but yeah, as someone who's familiar with the games and familiar with some of the characters, I can see like some of the complaints. I would imagine it's getting bad reviews because only the people that are really in love with Borderlands went and saw it and are upset at the casting choices and stuff like that, which I can understand. Kevin Hart's Roland is definitely not Roland. Roland is like the biggest dude ever, and he's like a full-on just jacked mercenary guy. And I thought Kevin Hart was fine in his performing of the character because
he was actually trying to be a serious role.
I just don't remember a lot of the character from the games because honestly, at least to me, the characters were never really at the forefront of playing the game anyways, at least for me. I knew Lilith had superpowers, and I thought it was kind of cool to see her discover those.
Well, we just went into spoilers.
It's fine. You kind of know it right off the bat.
I did enjoy a lot of the action scenes. I felt like they were from the perspective of a video game. Like I could see the way they staged certain things where it felt like I was within a video game and okay, here's the level where like 50 guys are coming at you kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I was kind of laughing at some things that maybe you'll notice too, but I was telling Carly in the theater, like, one of the biggest fun of the game is all the weaponry and like just bonkers weaponry, like just silly, crazy, fun, silly guns. And that is the whole draw of the game. So if there's one thing that maybe is having people who are fans of the game review bomb this, it wouldn't shock me if that was a big one too. It was like, where's all the fun guns? Like silly, randomized, weird weaponry. And that was the big draw of the game. And they didn't have any of that. It was just like generic, just like pew, pew, pew guns. And
it is confusing to me.
I was just kind of like, I wonder why they didn't even touch on that once. They didn't have any character discover like, whoa, I found one of these crazy ass guns and look what it just did. Like I wanted to see just one moment of that in any of it.
Well, it's weird that like Eli Roth was a part of creating the story. So if he was part of creating the story, my first thought is like he must be a fan. But if you're a fan,
kind of baffling like how Eli Roth got tied up in
this
film.
You're a fan, then like wouldn't you know all of the key stuff that needed to be included?
Well, video game movies historically have never been good because
unless they take pride to make them good, like The Last of Us and
right,
all like
those types of games replicate linear and cinematic storytelling. Borderlands is an open world, explore and discover things and go at your own pace and get to the end however you
What do you think is a good example of a good open open world explorer game adaptation if you had to pick one? Do you literally
I don't
can't
think
think
there
of
is
one?
one. Yeah.
Maybe they should
I
just
don't know.
choose like one mission, you know, like one thing you could do in the game. Maybe that's
Yeah.
a way to do it. But anyways,
if you honestly, I went in with the lowest of expectations.
me too, and I didn't
so
think
did
it was
Carly,
so
and
bad.
I think that helps.
There's like 5% critics. I'm sorry, critics. There are movies that are way worse than this movie.
Yeah, probably
It's not 5%. It's like 40%.
I should probably get the I bought the Claptrap popcorn bucket, and I fell in love with it immediately. It's probably the best part of the film is the Claptrap popcorn bucket. It has a light up eyeball, and it's just so cool looking. I'm gonna go get it out of the trunk so it doesn't break when I'm driving around.
Oh my gosh,
Anyways.
you're really...
Anyways, if you're just out for some cheesy bad action films, this is a good one.
With Kate Blanchett giving her all.
And honestly, Kate Blanchett acting the hell out of what was probably a bad script. Oh, I was laughing too. She was always doing her character's pose. As Lilith, when you're in the game, when you're just standing there not moving,
even I noticed
always kind
that.
of has this like her hip out kind of pose with her arm on her hip. And they did it so much. They must have told her, like, Kate, whenever you're not moving, just standing, you have to stand like this.
No,
and that made me laugh.
She's a really smart, well-trained actor. She did her homework. I bet you she played the game a bit, and I bet you she saw that physicality and embodied it.
Yeah.
Anyways, bye.
Bye.